What's up, guys? Back with another one. I'm Ryan, my man George.
What's poppin', guys? How you living out there?
Lost in Vegas coming back at you another unbiased real reaction,
That's
baby.
right, man. Shout out to our free thinkers, of course.
Yep.
Of course.
All right, man. So, Meshuggah.
We got Meshuggah second chance. Bleed was a bit much at that juncture of our metal journey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we've heard some harsher vocals. You know what I mean? We coming off the Cannibal Corpse video. That was wild.
Yep.
We've heard some black metal. We've heard harsher vocals, guys. I mean, we've gotten a good helping of it at this point.
We've evolved a little bit. So we put up a poll on our Patreon platform, and we've got, looks like Demiurge. I hope I'm saying that correctly.
We went to pronunciation on YouTube before this, so hey, it sounded like the pronunciation was Demiurge. So we could be wrong on that, but Demiurge seems to have won the poll.
Yeah, absolutely.
New Millennium Cyanide Christ was on that. It looks like that came in third. Rational Gaze came in second.
Yep.
And Combustion and Future Breed Machine, Do Not Look Down, Monstro City. Looks like that was on that. Didn't do too well, but as well. So those are all options that our patrons were putting in the comment section. Yeah, of course there's more, but those seem to kind of dominate the post that we put up before the poll. This one had 811 votes. Shout out to everybody who voted as well.
Yep, appreciate you.
But this is where we're at.
Yeah,
so
man.
we're gonna give them a second chance. We'll see. We're a little bit more prepared for what we're about to experience this time around. So let's see what's going on here. Meshuggah, Demiurge. So, you know what that, and I know this is, they were kind of like, I don't know, I could be wrong, but I believe in the comment section you guys said these guys were like the godfathers of gent. I think they might have even created gent.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That gent sound.
That ding, because the guitar sounds different, right?
Yeah.
As the tone.
Yes.
It sounds like it's
detuned, right?
Yeah.
Tuned a little bit lower.
It's different.
Right?
It's definitely different.
And that reminds me of like when you hit a door stopper. You're like, no?
Because I just did it. I just did it. I don't know if you heard that. I just did it when we changed the battery. That's why it's so funny to me. Because that's exactly what that shit sounded like.
I have a bad habit of saying exactly what comes to mind. Sometimes I probably just shouldn't say shit. But that's the first thing that came to mind, man, when I'm hearing the guitar.
Was the door stop?
Yeah, it has
the way
like
that
a spring.
sound.
It's almost like a spring.
Yeah.
So anyways.
But I will say though, the groove is right on the cusp for me. Because at some parts of it, I'm like, yeah, I can jam to it, but it's very different. So I'm still, it's right there for me. It's right there for me to kind of come over the, you know, like a roller coaster. Like I'm right there. I'm almost over. I'm almost over the top. I'm almost over the top. But you know, I'm still going up right now.
Yeah, but the vocals aren't as shocking. The vocals are nowhere near as shocking because we heard Cannibal Corpse and now we're hearing this. We're like, you know, so it's not as sort of.
And George loved that Cannibal Corpse.
Love that shit. That was hot. Fire.
The slow, the riffs and
fire,
that dude. I'm telling you, man, that ending was hot. I'm telling you.
Yeah. For those who didn't see the go check that one out. So the vocals aren't as shocking. I actually like when he was when he came in. He's like, I think it's Writhing and Embrace, when he said writhing and embrace. I like that.
Okay.
I like that. So still taking it in, giving you our thoughts all over the place, but let's get back to it. I can see it. I can see this one because I want to. As soon as he again, once he hits those, it makes you want to just, you know,
absolutely.
It's heavy. It is heavy. So I can see how it makes you want to really just nod out to it and go hard. So it's definitely a heavy sound. You know what I mean? So let's keep it going. man. It really is. It's just hard and fucking heavy. So like I said, man, when we initially started this, man, when he's belting out, you know, certain words and the riffs are in line with that, when he's like rhythm, and then
that groove comes in. Yeah.
That groove, right, along with him singing, I like. At the last 30 seconds here, man, it didn't have that, right? It just kind of transitioned into just this, kind of this repetitious, and it seemed to go on and on and on, and I found myself like anticipating getting back to that groove.
To that groove, gotcha.
So I could see like the build up, it almost builds you up to get back into that
transition.
So I don't know. That's kind of what I'm getting at. I'm like, ooh, I can't wait until they get back into the part I like, and that's maybe the purpose that it's serving, right? It's just to build up to get you sort of amped and anticipating those heavier riffs that started in the beginning. So that's what I'm thinking. I can't wait to get back
to that original group.
All right, let's keep it going. This transition is pretty cool. That's hot.
Yeah.
I actually like that.
Yeah.
I love the pauses.
Yeah.
It's almost like the slight pause, like that.
Yeah, when that hard riff comes in right there, that's hard.
I thought that's creative too. I like the riffs, creative riffs going into that pause, right? So this to me is it's a little bit more understandable how someone can gravitate to this.
Absolutely.
It's aggressive, it's hard, it's heavy.
Creative.
You know, it's creative with the riffs, so I get it. And it makes you want to just nod your fucking head. Like, I can get into some sort of groove with this. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's, you know, I know what it is, man. We appreciate groove on this channel, so let's get back to it. That's hot. I like that.
That pause, yes, it's hard.
Just prestige, station.
Wow. I know. They're keeping that. Yeah, see right here. This is like a head nodding zone.
Yes,
I can
it is.
see people getting into this zone.
Yep.
With this part, like it just
puts you in a trance.
It does.
It
like,
does.
And I can just people.
Just going in,
losing it. Yeah, I can understand this one. I can understand the appeal.
Attraction.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Before we give our thoughts on Demiurge here, let's look at Bleed again. We should have looked at that video again.
Yeah, we should have.
Right before this one, because I'm curious to see how we would receive that now.
I think that's a good idea.
I remember the drumming being.
Yeah.
I gotta admit, it sounds a little bit better now.
It does. I was about to say that.
It does. Sounds a little bit better now.
On the second take, now that we've, kind of evolved a little bit and been exposed to it, I kind of like this better than what we just heard, to be honest with you.
I'm torn. I don't know which one I like better, but I know that this sounds better.
Yes.
I know that this sounds better.
And the drumming in this is just crazy.
Yeah, I do think the one we just heard is a better first listen. I think that would have been a better first listen than this one. But we wanted to give you guys that just so you can see
the real feel and see how it's perceived later on.
Yeah.
After, we've evolved a little bit.
We get it, guys. We get it. The one thing about this song and the other song is that it feels so heavy to me.
It does, man.
It feels like.
And this. And this, if I've never listened to metal, to me this sound seems like this would be the heartbeat of metal. This would be like what true metal elitists love.
Oh, a heartbeat for a metal elitist?
Yes. I think like if we were sitting with someone that all they listened to was metal their whole life and they love metal and they played that song, this shit right here is the shit. I think that's what they would have that kind of passion for that kind of song. Now, with that being said, I think the common theme with Meshuggah, with these last two songs, is they're incredible musicians. I think when constructing a full song that is appealing to someone that doesn't listen to metal is poor. I really do, because it's just not. It's not
their intention.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it really isn't. It really isn't.
They're doing a shitty job if they're intending to appeal to anyone but a specific
exactly
people.
And my point of saying
which
that,
they're not, guys.
And I know, and I just wanted you guys to hear what I'm saying. And George and I have talked about this before. I think there should be checkbox. I think there should be a standard, right? There should be different things and different categories that you rate bands or artists in.
Yeah.
And I think, this is just my opinion, I think you should have somewhat of a universal appeal. That should be a box that you should want to check if you are an artist. I think you should have somewhat of an appeal to people that are outside of your genre. Because how are you going to grow if you don't do that?
Yeah, I don't know about
what I mean?
should. I get what you're saying.
I mean, how would you grow?
I get it. I don't know about should, because there's a lot of artists, man, that do well enough. They have their own cult following. They do well enough to tour and make a living doing exactly what they want to do. I do think that when I'm measuring greatness, when I'm measuring like an artist's true greatness, I'm measuring their ability to obviously they have creativity and they're pushing boundaries artistically, but they're also able to straddle that line and still get people outside of this specific subculture to enjoy what they do. And I think that's just not easy. I don't think a lot of people can do that.
I agree with you.
When we're talking about greatness, like I see like, okay, yeah, Metallica, dude, they push boundaries, but they still appeal to this person,
exactly,
to everybody, but still maintain the respect of the metal community.
Exactly.
And I can use, Black Thought from the Roots, on the rap side. Black Thought had a certain level of commercial appeal, but he never compromised. The Roots never compromised their sound, never tried to sell out and do anything commercial. They maintained their sound, but still got respect, and people still also were able to appeal to people who weren't hardcore fans of rap. So that's amazing if you can do it. But I don't think that people necessarily should do that. I just think I get it. I get where this is, and I respect people who have a specific subculture sound, and that's what they do, and they do it well. And that's cool. That's appreciated. But we're just kind of giving you our thoughts on what this is, and I want you guys to understand that I think we're getting it more and more as we listen to it.
Absolutely.
And when we went back to Bleed, I felt that Bleed was more overtly aggressive, like more overtly, like
in
harsh.
your face. Yep.
And this is still harsh, but this still had some elements that we can identify with not being hardcore heavy metal fans. There's certain basses and pauses in the music, different things that they had in this one that I think was a little bit more palatable to people who just aren't heavy into this subgenre. So
I agree with you.
Not saying one is better than the other. I just appreciated this one more so because I could catch the grooves. I can catch certain elements that they did. How the hard, heavy riffs were sort of in line with the vocals. How there was almost like a build-up. So there's this repetitious sort of build-up to getting back into transitioning to different transitions, and then the heaviness, the pauses in this where it paused.
Yep. And I think you appreciate it because we can identify with those things.
Yeah.
Right? But I think from a person that doesn't know anything about metal, Bleed showcased to me just how great they are musically. I mean, that's just crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Bleed into, especially the drumming.
It's like, golly.
The drumming in Bleed was crazy.
And both songs are great, but when you're talking from a musical standpoint, I think Bleed is just like on another level.
I feel that way too. I feel like Bleed is superior. I don't know if I like Bleed more.
I don't like Bleed more.
But I feel like it's a superior display of maybe skill and musicianship, like Ryan says. So I don't know what we're trying to say here.
I know. I'm probably confusing myself and confusing everything.
Hopefully you guys can make out where we're going here with this. But
oh my goodness.
But bottom line is we are starting to gain a more thorough understanding of what you guys see in this. Even if it's not gonna make our playlist, and we don't want these videos to consist of just, oh man, it's a hard song. They're just not gonna
like it, right?
No, we want you guys to understand it's not just that black and white. You know what I'm saying? We can appreciate different things about these songs as well. So,
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So, I don't know, guys. Let us know what you think of that. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And also, guys, check out our Patreon channel. If you're interested, it will allow you to get early access to our content. The link will be in the description. I'm George. That's Ryan, Lost to Vegas.
We out.